Hey guys, I'm here in my room today with these new flags I just got. But you know what's better than these flags? Guinness and potatoes. Anyways, today I'm going to be talking about why Ireland and Northern Ireland are not one country. So, this really dates back a long time. It started when Henry II was King of England. He invaded Ireland in the 11th century. He also created the Lordship of Ireland, which basically said that he was the King of Ireland, and it also gave Ireland part of it was the Pope's possession, I guess you could say. And at that time, both Ireland and England were Catholic, so there was no Protestant Reformation yet. That won't come until the 1600s. Then, once the Reformation did hit during Henry VIII's rule, he changed the lordship over to the Kingdom of Ireland, which was also in his control, just Protestant. So Ireland was no longer a papal possession. But Ireland's people were still loyal to the Catholic Church. In the early 1600s, King James VII of Scotland, or King James I of England as he was called, joined Scotland, England, and Ireland together, creating the Union of Crowns for the first time. Uh, then in 1606, Scottish and English settlers came and took Ulster, which is in the north of Ireland, because of its resilience there to English rule. This is the start of the Northern Protestant takeover, which really led on to why Northern Ireland today is not a part of Ireland. So in 1641, Northern Irish Catholics staged a rebellion, which was unsuccessful in the end. Uh, and this really ended up uh, with not very much success for the Irish people, especially because after this, Oliver Cromwell came in and just defeated everyone, took over England, took over Ireland, and just totally changed everything up. He took over Scotland too. And then after the Protestants had a minority rule over Ireland, um, they formed Scotland and England formed a treaty, I guess, of sorts to become one, and they formed the Kingdom of Great Britain in 1707. Then, in 1798, there was an uprising in Ireland just about a decade after the French Revolution. It was inspired by that, but it was very quickly put down. But then fears happened in the United Kingdom that Ireland would ally with France to overthrow England. So England in 1801 brought Ireland into the Kingdom of Great Britain and now formed our modern day United Kingdom. And then, after a little while, in both 1886 and 1893, bills were proposed to let the Irish govern themselves, but both times it was vetoed. Then, finally, in 1914, it was passed, but it was put on hold because of World War One. Many Irish weren't happy with this, and in 1916 there was actually a rebellion that was put down fairly quickly, which was called the East Side Rebellion, I think it was. But after this, there was a political party in Ireland that actually won 73 of the 105 seats in British Parliament. But instead of taking their seats, they formed a new Irish Parliament. And they actually went and formed a new Irish Republic. But in 1920, war broke out between the IRA, the Irish Republican Army, and British forces, which ended up with the passing of a fourth Irish Home Rule Bill, which actually became in power this time instead of just being put to the side. And that ended up forming a Northern and a Southern Ireland. So we're about right here right now. That is Northern Ireland. And there's no Southern Irish flag. It would just be that one. But both parts were still considered part of England's rule, which didn't stop the war in the South, though. Then 2 years later, it was actually ended and a free state was established. but it was still under British home rule. This was not very happy. The North opted out of this, becoming still a British state, part of England, and many new Irish people were not happy that they were still part of the empire. So, after this, another short war happened and a new constitution was formed in Ireland, which formed this new Ireland, which is what we know today. And then through the 1960s and 70s and 80s, the IRA and many other Catholic Irish attacked a lot of places in Northern Ireland, and there was a lot of violence and unsettling and all of that there, which actually ended up with a lot of walls between Protestant and Catholic communities, which still exist today. So, right now, we have our Northern Ireland and our regular Ireland, but we are making progresses together to have peace, and both countries right now are working to become allies instead of hating each other like they have in the past. So, other than that, that would be why the two are not a country and why now they're actually starting to be more friendly. All right.